In tomato season, there's so many choices of like salads you can make, and this is another basic, simple breakdown of using a simple salad with tomatoes. I got a yellow and also some red. Heirlooms are in the summertime, of course. Whatever you can use, all red, all yellow, you name it. I got some really good from local farm arugula, washed twice in the water and pulled out. Nice thick leaves. Look at that. That's the difference. You get local fresh arugula. It's just better than you get in the supermarket. I also have some basil. This is some purple basil. They're like 10 leaves. Another option that you can use for this is lemon balm. So lemon balm, I grew this in my backyard, but some farm stands have it, and it's got a nice pungency to it. You can use some lemon balm if you have it. Otherwise, just use basil, and it'll work. I love that bite it has. Lemon balm is really good. And of course, I wash the herbs in the water and shake them out. We're going to use a little smoked paprika on this. I got some olive oil and balsamic as well to make a vinaigrette. But we're going to add some carrot to this to give it some texture. There's two ways you can do carrot, but we're going to do strips. We're going to do like ribbons of carrots. So what you're going to do is you do one carrot and you just take a peeler and you just keep doing like this all the way down to the middle. Get all those nice strips out of it. It's like peeling a carrot, but what you're going to use is you're going to use all the strips, which is great. You go like that, all the way to the end. And then when you get a little further on that side, you go like there. Okay. The rest of the carrot, you can grate it if you want. Like if you have some leftover carrot, you can literally take that there and like grate it. A little different texture. And it's like the ribbons. It's something different, you know. You can do one way or the other, or you can just grate it, but watch your finger. You don't need that much, like at least from one carrot to get some of that great texture on there. And then the ribbons, because they're kind of long, right? So I'm just going to get one cut once and then twice. So that's my ribbons. Once again, that's from one carrot. And then that's going to go to the side. I'm going to show you how we're going to cut the tomatoes. That's our carrot. A little texture of grating and little ribbons. Really nice. Excited about that. And color too. You like carrots don't go with tomatoes. They're an offshoot from the flavor and texture from a tomato. So you're going to be all good. So and something a little different with a tomato. You always get tomatoes the same way. Just break it up a little bit. So there's my tomato in half. It's just so lovely. Oh my God, amazing. What we're going to do is we're going to do like a 3/4 inch large dice on these, once and twice, and then once and twice. If you don't have a knife sharp enough, use a serrated knife with the ridges in it, and you'll be good. This one's sharp enough, so I'm in good shape. Once again, I'm taking the center out, right there, out of the middle of the tomato, and then I'm gonna once again do my slices down once, twice. It's about 3/4 inch. Then I flatten them out there, and again, turn it. Okay. This tomato's just amazing, amazing. This is the time of the year. It's just really a blessing. You get, you know, instead of other times of the year, we get supermarket tomatoes that aren't worth it. Or even sometimes the hothouse ones are okay, but there's nothing like if there's a summer outside ripened tomato. It's the best ever. So I'm cutting again and get those dice out of that, out of my red tomato, whatever you might have. You can use plum tomatoes too as well. And there's like that, or cherry tomatoes. You don't have to cut them small, obviously, it's bigger. So that's going to be my tomatoes. We're going to set those aside. We have our basil. So I'm going to pick a couple leaves. You know, 10 leaves in all. I wrote down you see on the descriptions, you can also have lemon balm. I'm going to do about 10 leaves of the basil here. I have a little bit of lemon balm, so I'm going to put a couple of those leaves in there after they've been washed. I'm just going to do a light slice on them to make them a little smaller so they work out with your fork when you're going to be eating your salad. So I don't want to fine chop them. I'm just going to line them up, kind of like a chiffonade, what we call like a strip cut. And what I'm doing is lining a couple. It's hard to see because these are kind of dark leaf, oval basil. But just cut like some little rough strips out of my basil or my lemon balm if you have it. And small enough. They're going to have a little texture, but also small enough to mix in with our salad as well. All right? I'm going to put those herbs aside. So we have about 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. And then we're going to do our olive oil. 1/3 of a cup of olive oil is going to go in there. Make sure I have 1/3 of a cup. There we go. And I'm going to whip that up. You can double this if you think you don't have enough dressing. So there's my balsamic. I'm going to whisk in my olive oil. Real simple. There you go. You're going to drizzle in your oil right into your balsamic, so therefore will make like a temporary emulsion. Balsamic's generally like a denser olive oil, a denser vinegar, so it'll create like a temporary emulsion. But you got to whisk the oil in slowly into the vinegar. Otherwise, it's not gonna bind temporarily. We're not using an emulsifier, which would be a mustard or something like that, to bind it together. We're just doing a temporary one because you're gonna like these tomatoes and stuff are gonna be dressed, and then we're gonna put them right on top of a salad greens. So either or, the way you want to do it. There's our basic quick vinaigrette there, right? Then we're gonna add our paprika to that. So with our paprika, we about like 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. I like to use some smoked paprika if you can get it. If not, get regular paprika, but smoked is really nice. So this is put our 1/4 teaspoon in there of paprika. And if you want to do a half, you can. So there's our paprika mixed in with our vinaigrette. We're also going to add some salt and pepper to that. So a little pepper, a little salt, and taste it later. Mix that around, give it a taste. See how you are there, if you want a little more. And there, if you want a little more acid, you can add more balsamic to it. But I got salt and a little more pepper there, and I'm good. That's our dressing. Nice. All right, so that's all set. So now we're gonna put everything together. We're gonna be tossing our tomatoes in with our dressing. Okay, so there's our balsamic. We're gonna put in our tomatoes. We're gonna put in our carrots. We're gonna leave the herbs for the topping. Okay, there you go. Nice. And there's our carrots. Nice. All that in there. Okay. Now we gotta mix this around and like kind of fold it really easily. You don't want to mash it, so you're just going to go under and over and just really go like that to get it all mixed around. Okay. Now we're going to put in half of our herbs, our basil or lemon balm, whatever you have. That goes in there. Nice. Now we're going to season it one more time because we have our vinaigrette, but we also have some more elements in our salad. So for this lovely color and everything, it smells so good too as well. We're going to add a little more seasoning to that. A little more salt and pepper to that. There we go. And all around. So there we got that. Nice. There's that. The orange kind of blends in with the color, especially if you have yellow tomatoes. But it also blends in with the red too, but it's an extra texture. So there we go with our salad. We're all ready to go. So we're going to get our platter next. We have our washed arugula as the base. And these are really big leaves, so I'm just kind of breaking them up a little bit. Especially getting ones, farm fresh ones. It's great versus from a supermarket, but get what you can. Any kind of greens as a base is fine. Okay, underneath. Then we have our lovely tomato. There we go. So this, stir this around. It's gonna go on top. It's already dressed, so you're all good. All good. Looks really good. I'm excited. I love this time of year. It's like stuff is so fresh. And that looks really good right there. Okay. We're going to add our herbs on top. So that's basil or basil and lemon balm. Either one, whatever you have, will work. Okay. That's it.